2 times the sensei was rude in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when he literally insulted a kid because of his hairstyle.
You look like a sheepdog.
Sorry, Sensei.
Number 2, the second one took place when he was literally attacking Agnes because she didn't want to say her name.
That's gonna be a lot of push-ups.
2 times the minions had a bad day in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when this particular minion left his dog without restriction, which made the dog bite another minion with anger. Number 2, the second was when this particular minion wore a Google that can see through things. Unknown to him, a minion freaked him out to the point of almost death. 2 times Lucy showed her kids love in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one was when she dropped them off to their karate class, even though she knew that she was supposed to be at work at that moment. Number 2, the second one was when they were about to move out of their house. Immediately, Lucy noticed how sad her kids got. She began to console them. 2 times Jerry got a gold rush in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened after they decided to give Maxim what he deserved. Jerry finished Maxim up with an ultimate gold rush. Number 2, while Jerry was playing a casino game, luckily for him, he won the game, leaving him at his richest point. 2 times Jerry was a savage in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when Jerry was playing a casino. Unfortunately for him, he had a gold rush that made him so rich. Number 2, the second one was when all his pairs was literally struggling to pass through the brick. Without stress, Jerry walked into it. 2 times the Mega Minions unlocked a new potential in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, Dave the Mega Minions used his time to acquire knowledge on how to control bees in the aspect of loving and following him. Number 2, while Tim used his time to unlock the power of controlling a bull, but he used it to fulfill his sexual desires. 2 times Gru and Gru Jr. bond grew stronger in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened after their heist, after Poppy finished showing her gratitude to Gru. Who else noticed how Gru Jr. felt so happy and secured with Gru? Number 2, the second one happened after Gru saved Gru Jr. from Maxim. Later on, Gru Jr. learned how to love his dada. 2 new powers the Mega Minions unlocked in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when we saw Dave in the lonely island feeding birds. Unknown to us that he can now control birds to fly with him. Number 2, the second was when we noticed that Mel has acquired a new skills of using his lasers to shape cheese in a very good way. 2 times Lucy got pissed off in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened after she was laughing at Edith and Agnes' fake name when they asked for her own name. After she said, she got so pissed off. Number 2, the second one was when she was about to fight the evil principal. Who else noticed the pissed off raging vibe on her face? 2 times Maxim was a celebrity in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when he clearly won the Best Student Award. At that moment, he was given a chance to speak in front of 1,000 crowd. Number 2, the second one happened when he finally got home. His cockroach fans literally set up a camera for him because to them, he is a celebrity. 2 times Poppy was a good babysitter in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when Gru came to Poppy house. They wish she was petting and carrying Gru Jr. was just so cute. Number 2, the second one happened after their mission quest. Poppy carried Gru Jr. on her head in order to make him happy. 2 times Lucy protected her children in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first incident happened in the grocery store when she noticed the fact that evil lady was keeping track of her. She distracted her and then protected her kids. Number 2, the second one happened when Lucy and Gru had the bad news. Lucy rushed without hesitation to go save and protect her kids. 2 times the minions raged in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened after Gru gave Maxim a taste of his own medicine. Not until the minions army came, Mel made the first impression by slowing down Maxim with a melted hot butter. Number 2, while Jerry gave Maxim the biggest gold rush of his life. 2 times Lucy disgraced herself in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when she applied hair removal cream on the last hair, which resulted to a fire incident. Later on, she ran out of shame. Number 2, the second one was when she was having a cup of juice with Poppy. Out of fear and anxiety, you can spot Lucy disgracing herself by drinking all the juice at once. 2 times Dr. Nefario made an impression in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one happened when Dr. Nefario successfully turned Gru Jr. into a normal baby. The job was just so hard, that's why Lucy was just so happy. Number 2. As the stuck Minion was trying to escape, as he mistakenly pressed the fully locked down mode. What if I told you that it was Dr. Nefario that constructed the lockdown? 2 times Maxim's mom helped him in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one was when she turned everything around by cheating and then rewarding the Best Student Award to Maxim instead of giving it to the actual owner. Number 2. The second one happened when she tracked their actual address just for her to leak the information to Maxim, which made him know the location of their house, later on kidnapping Gru Jr. 2 times Maxim controlled Gru Jr. in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one was when he kidnapped Gru Jr. Maxim made Gru Jr. so relaxed to the extent he made him pee on his controls. Number 2. The second one was after he turned Gru Jr. into a cockroach. We can spot Gru Jr. doing the exact same gesture as him. 2 times Lucy wore a new outfit in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. In the grocery store, Lucy dressed so hot, but what really got me was when she was trying to show us that she really knows how to do doggy style. Number 2. The second one was when she wore her relaxing outfit to go out for a little dinner talk. Who else noticed the fact that Lucy is hot with short skirt? 2 times the Mega Minions fell in love in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one happened when Mel raged with his laser, successfully saving the old lady cat, but after a kiss on the cheek, Mel was lost in love. Number 2. The second one happened when Jerry fell a bull down, just for him to kiss it till its satisfaction. 2 times Lucy was happy in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one happened when Silas gave her the form that announced to her that she would become a hairstylist. She was just so happy. Number 2. The second one was when Gru and Gru Jr. finally got to accept each other. Lucy was just so happy. 2 times Edith was a bad girl in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one was when she had the opportunity to rescue this minion that got stuck, but instead she ignored him. Number 2. The second one was when she defended Agnes by breaking the Kung Fu Master pinky finger, which left him in pain. 2 Poppy most impressive moments in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. During the heist, trust me, audiences didn't believe, but Poppy made her first impression by opening a door with an ordinary pin from her hair. Number 2. We all didn't know that Poppy got potentials until we saw her build Gru old school with an ordinary handmade tools.
Hey, is that my old school?
Bing!
2 times Gru Jr. hated Gru in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one happened in the beginning of the movie, as Gru came back from the grocery store, demanding to see his baby. He was trying to play with Gru Jr., but Gru Jr. was giving him the I hate you vibe. Number 2. The second one was after Lucy was on her way to work, leaving only Gru and Baby Jr. together. If you notice, Gru Jr. seemed to hate him at some point. 3 times Poppy wore a new outfit in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one was when she wore her robbery outfit because she wanted to embark on her journey of theft. Number 2. The second one was when we saw her with her normal regular cloth when she was about to go to school. Number 3. The last one was when she finally got to enter her dream school. Poppy was all dressed like her mates with a new look. 2 times Lucy was a good babysitter in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one was when Gru Jr. became a normal baby. The way she took care of him showed her sense of sympathy and love. Number 2. The second one was when she was about to go to work. In order for Gru Jr. to stay put, she knew she had to pet him in a comforting way. 2 Most richest character in Despicable Me 4. Number 2. We have the woman from the hair salon. With her class and style, it is very guaranteed that she is so rich. Number 1. The award goes to my baby Poppy. Even Gru was shocked by the masterpiece he saw when he entered her house. Trust me, the matching pink vibe is very expensive. 2 times Agnes was being a baby in Despicable Me 4. Number 1. The first one happened when she got so sad, looking at the window hoping that her pet goat would return to her. Number 2. The second one was when she was about to cry because Gru was telling her to adapt to her new name.
No.
Yes, why?
2 facts I like about Poppy in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, this is personal, but if Poppy give birth for me, she would be a good babysitter, as she was spotted taking care of Gru Jr. Number 2, on our wedding day, she would be a very good dancer, plus I like the way she slay all the time. 2 times Gru principal tracked him in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when she forcefully entered his home without anyone's consent. Not so long she started fighting him. Number 2, the second one happened after Gru and Poppy stole her honey badger. Without hesitation, she tracked Gru location ASAP. 2 times Gru and Maxim fought in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when Gru got so jealous of Maxim because he won the Best Student Award, so without hesitation Gru and Maxim got into a serious fight, which made Gru call for backup.
Move it!
Number 2, the second one started with immediate violence as Gru and Maxim went into a fight because Maxim won't release Gru Jr. to go see his father, so that made Gru angry. 2 times Agnes and her goat had fun in Despicable Me 4. Number 2, the second one happened when we first got to see Agnes and her pet for the very first time. It turns out to be that their relationship was just so good. Number 2, the second one was at the end of the movie, when she got to see her pet after a very long time. It was so epic that her goat, she remembered all the moves she taught him. 2 times Poppy was immature in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when Gru came to dispose the trash, just for him to notice that Poppy was trying to blackmail him indirectly.
Hey, that's not nice.
Number 2, the second one was when she did as if she didn't notice Agnes. That was so immature.
Well, love to chit-chat, but
2 times Poppy father hated Gru in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first sign he showed was when his wife offered Gru and his wife a free pass to join them on their chilling vacation. He was so pissed off because he didn't like Gru. Number 2, the second sign he showed was when Gru was about to join them play their tennis. At that moment, he was ready to deal with Gru. 2 times Lucy was strong in Despicable Me 4. Number 1, the first one happened when she got into a fight with the old lady because she was picking on Gru and her family. Without hesitation, Lucy cooked so hard. Number 2, the second one was when she was being chased by the crazy hair salon lady. Inasmuch as Lucy was scared, yet she still defended herself.